Welcome! Today, we're going to explore the fascinating world of thinking, specifically, the difference between fast and slow thinking. We all think, but we don't always think in the same way. Sometimes, we react instantly, other times, we carefully consider our options. This quiz will help you understand which type of thinking comes more naturally to you. The first question. Imagine you're at the grocery store. You need milk. You see two brands, one familiar and a bit more expensive, and another, completely unfamiliar, but cheaper. Which do you choose, and why? Think about your reasoning. Did you instantly grab the familiar brand because of habit, or did you take a moment to compare prices and ingredients? The way you made that decision shows whether you used fast or slow thinking. Now, let's move to a slightly trickier scenario. You're deciding on a major purchase, like a new car. You're bombarded with information. Features, prices, financing options. Do you weigh all the options carefully, create a spreadsheet, and compare them point by point, or do you mostly rely on your gut feeling and what initially catches your eye? Again, pay attention to how you make the decision. This is a classic example where slow thinking can be really beneficial to making the right decision. Question 3. Someone asks you a simple math problem. What's 15 by 7? Do you immediately know the answer, or do you have to work it out step by step? If you instantly know the answer, that is your fast thinking at work. If you take a moment to calculate, that's your slow thinking system engaging. Quick mental calculations often rely on past experiences and memorized knowledge from our brain. Here's a more complex situation. You're planning a big trip. Do you meticulously plan every detail? Flights, accommodation, sightseeing, weeks in advance, or do you just book a flight and figure things out as you go? Your answer tells us something about your preferred way of decision-making, which highlights if your thinking style is fast or slow. Let's consider a social scenario. A friend makes a comment that you find slightly offensive. Do you immediately react, perhaps with a sharp retort, or do you pause, consider their perspective and context, and then decide how to respond, or if you should respond at all? Impulse reactions are usually related to fast thinking, whereas carefully choosing your words and considering your reaction is a great example of slow thinking. Next, let's talk about problem solving. Imagine you have a minor problem with your computer. Do you immediately try to fix it yourself by following various online steps, or do you instead call for technical assistance? Relying on quick solutions is often our fast thinking at work, while seeking professional help demonstrates a tendency towards slow and more thoughtful consideration. Here's another one. You're at a restaurant. Do you automatically order your usual dish, or do you explore the menu thoroughly and consider different options? Familiar choices versus exploration. This again highlights fast vs slow thinking. Habitual choices are usually indicative of our brain's quick, automatic processing systems. Question 8. A slightly different approach. Consider your decision-making style in general. When faced with uncertainty, are you usually decisive and quick to act, or do you tend to be cautious and deliberate? This reflects your overall preference for fast or slow thinking. There's no right or wrong answer here. It's about understanding your natural tendencies. A final question. Think about a recent significant decision you made. Was it a quick decision based on immediate feelings, or a more thoughtful, considered decision made after gathering information and carefully weighing the pros and cons? Again, reflect on the process. How did you arrive at that decision? How long did it take? This shows your personal thinking style. Now, let's analyze your responses. While there's no set number of fast or slow answers that determine your thinking style, the pattern of your answers reveals your dominant approach to decision-making. Mostly fast-thinking answers suggest a more intuitive, reactive approach, whereas mostly slow-thinking answers indicate a preference for careful consideration and planning. Understanding your dominant thinking style can help you make better decisions, both big and small, by being aware of your tendencies. It could help you anticipate potential pitfalls and use the strengths of both fast and slow thinking to make better informed choices. You can use slow thinking to check your fast thinking impulses, and then use fast thinking to quickly act when situations require it. Remember, both fast and slow thinking are crucial. Fast thinking helps us react quickly in emergencies and navigate everyday tasks efficiently. Slow thinking enables us to solve complex problems, make careful judgments, and plan for the future. The ideal is to find a balance that works best for you. By understanding your own thinking styles, you can improve your decision-making process significantly, leading to better outcomes in all aspects of your life. This quiz is just a starting point for understanding the complexities of your thought processes. So, take some time to reflect on your responses and see how this insight might help you in your everyday life. Thank you for participating.